So, I've talked about taunts on my channel before. They're a huge part of Smash. It can show friendly competition at the start of a match, it can be used to cap off a sick play you make, or it can be used to piss off your opponent, as long as you're not on quick play at least. There you just teabag. It's really one of the most expressive things the characters in the game do, as most of them don't talk much or at all. A lot of their personalities instead shine through with their taunts. In fact, it's become an iconic part of many fighters when you think of Smash in general. There's currently 82 characters in Smash Ultimate, and they all have a variety of taunts, from funny, to intimidating, to uninterested, to dialogue, to goofy, to borderline sexual. I'm here today to go through the entire roster and talk about what I think the best taunt of each character is and why. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion, so please don't teabag me if you disagree. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. I think Mario's best taunt is the Cappy one. I might just be biased because Odyssey is my favorite Switch game, but seeing Cappy in Smash is just really cool. Plus, it replaced his old best taunt. I think we can all agree that this is Donkey Kong's best taunt, hands down. Not only is it funny, but it's very versatile. Your opponent SDs, you hit them with this. USD, you hit them with this. Some jank shit happens, you hit them with this. You're wondering where Ding Dong went? You can hit them with this. All of Link's taunts are pretty basic and ordinary looking, but I guess if I had to pick one, I'd go with this one, because it shows off his swordsmanship the best, because he is a sword character after all. Much like Link, Samus's taunts aren't anything too crazy, just striking a few poses, but the down taunt does look pretty cool. It reminds me of all the charge shot spam I see on Quick Play. Now Dark Samus, on the other hand, has some straight up Ultra Instinct looking shit. It's really cool, and it's a matter of preference which one you think looks better overall, but I like the spinning one. Now Yoshi is one of the most universally despised characters in the game, so any of his taunts will piss you off, but I think Up Taunt is the cutest. However, I really think that his confetti throw is one of the best unofficial taunts in all of Smash Bros. Once again, I think we have a clear-cut winner. How can you even be mad at this? I mean, I could think of a million reasons why you'd be mad during a game, but how can you be mad at this? Now, Fox's voice actor in Ultimate is just not the same. It just does not work, for me personally. And this usually is his best taunt, so I'm gonna fix it for the sake of this video.
Come on!
To me, this is Pikachu's best taunt. It's just pure joy and elation and excitement, which are the exact opposite of the feelings that I experience every time I have to fight Pikachu. Now, while these two Luigi taunts look hilarious aesthetically, I don't think that anything can beat this taunt. I mean, for real, it's got a spike hitbox on it. How can you compete with that? It's one of the most disrespectful things you can do to someone in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's this one. When I think of taunts, I think of show me your moves. It's the definitive taunt in Super Smash Bros. You do it at the start of the match, when you hit the Knee of Justice, or a Falcon Punch, or a Dare, when you SD, when you fight another Falcon, when you win the match. You just do it. It's one of the most iconic voice lines in all of Nintendo. When it comes to taunts, Jigglypuffs are all great, but you can't go wrong with this one in my opinion, just for that cute little voice she makes. I mean, come on. Oh, and also her teabag is just godlike. This is just my favorite taunt in the entire game. To me, it's everything a taunt should be. It's sassy, it provokes you, it makes you mad, it mocks you, it's funny. I mean, it's just the complete package. This is Daisy's best taunt because she uses my catchphrase. You win the match, and you hit him with the deuces! This is my favorite Bowser taunt because it just seems so out of place. Like, what the fuck is he even doing? Did you ever think you would see Bowser doing this? I didn't, but Smash makes it possible. And that's why this is great. To me, this is Icy's best taunt. I really like the sound effects that it makes. I like how happy they are. And if you look closely, they're kind of just like blending into each other as they spin around, which is kind of goofy. I like this one. Sheik's best taunt really shows off her athleticism. Plus, if you spam it, it does like a perfect loop basically. It looks really cool. The Zelda Wave has always been her best taunt, hands down. No pun intended, because her hand is actually up in this taunt. Plus, they added a little laugh in this version of Smash, and I think this is the best iteration of this taunt yet. Whenever I look at this taunt, I just think of Dr. Mario like spitting on the grave of his opponent and then smearing it in. It just makes me laugh. I thought I'd share that. I really don't know what Pichu's doing here. He truly is an enigma, but he seems to be having fun, and is very spammable.
Hands off my pop! Hands off my pop! Hands off my pop! Hands off my pop!
I mean, it just speaks for itself, really. Marth speaking English instead of Japanese is really weird to me. I mean, he's always spoken Japanese in the Smash games. But I guess if I had to pick a favorite taunt, it would be this one, because at least he's reminding you not to be a dumbass and look at what's happening. Lucina's taunts are about as boring as her playstyle, but to me, this is her best taunt because at least she's self-aware of how good she is in this game. Young Link drinkies the milkies. This is his best taunt because a young man needs calcium. Would you deprive young Link of calcium? Actually, most people seem to hate this character, so yeah, I would see them doing that, actually. I guess Ganondorf's sword taunt is his best one now because he actually uses a sword. Before, this taunt just pissed you off. And I don't mean the person who was being taunted, I meant you, the Ganon player, because you just wanted to use a sword. Another really nice loop with this Mewtwo taunt. I got this bad boy up to 75 RPMs one time. That's efficient. Now, I don't know what the fuck Roy's supposed to be doing in this taunt, but he gets really low, and he seems super into it, so I'm gonna say that this is his best one, just because of the passion.
It will not fail!
Okay, sure, but what if you get gimped a little too far off stage?
It will not fail!
Okay, but what if you have a bad matchup? I mean, it doesn't really matter how good you are, there's always
Not fail!
Okay, fair enough. This is Game & Watch's best taunt because like Donkey Kong's, it has a wide variety of uses. After your opponent SDs, you could be like, oh, thank God. After you do a long, crazy combo, you could be like, damn, I just went off. Or after an easy match, it just looks like he's kicking back and smoking one. Like, damn, that was easy. You know, Meta Knight's probably the most blunt character in the entire game. He just wants to fight. It's a fighting game. He just wants to fight. I respect it. Hit saying, is that all you got after you gave your all and still lost? It can be pretty rage-inducing. Especially coming from someone who doesn't even know how to read. This is the perfect thing to spam right before you go for that side B that inevitably gets blocked on shield and then you die.
Is that all? Is that all? Is that all?
I could say the same thing about your taunt Zero
all?
Suit. They're pretty bland.
that all?
I guess this is your best one. I'm not even playing the game right now and that's pissing me off. Now, Snake's taunts are hard to choose from. You got the box, and the box. Personally, I like the box, but I could also see why some people would pick the box over the box. But I don't think anyone would pick the box, except for maybe Roddy Rich. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in the studio where this taunt was recorded. It's just something about this Squirtle taunt, man. He just looks so clean when he sticks the landing. And he's smug, too. And then you got Ivysaur hard flexing with his athleticism, too. And this is the best Zard taunt because he just syncs up with the Pokemon trainer perfectly. That's a well-trained Mon. I think this is the best taunt in the game at being annoying. Just imagine someone spamming this at you as you just lost the Grand Finals. Can you imagine that? I can. It happened to me. To me, this is Lucas's best taunt because, in my imagination, he's talking shit about you to his snake. Like, he kills you, and then he just pulls a snake out and is like, dude, this guy fucking sucks. To this day, I really don't understand why they changed it from you're too slow to Sonic Speed. You're too slow is way funnier, but I still like the taunt for the aesthetic at least. I honestly forgot that DDD had taunts outside of this, but if I had to pick one of his official taunts as his best, it would be this one. But I really picked this one. I think this is the most perfectly looped taunt in the entire game, and if you do it long enough, it might give him a brain hemorrhage, so it's a win-win. You gotta admit that Lucario going Super Saiyan Blue is pretty cool. That's also the second DB Super reference I've made in this video. Huh. This is Rob's best taunt because this shit is lit. Because his eyes light up. He's lit. God, I'm so depressed. This is Toon Link's best taunt because it's a true testament to his source material. Spamming it reminds me of how many times you see the fucking Wind Waker in Wind Waker. Just listen to this and tell me this isn't Wolf's best taunt. You can't. This one's just iconic. No music, no noise, really not much expression, just a message. I like this one, it's just classic Mega Man. That pose, man. He has like no personality in this game, so this is the best I could come up with. Wii Fit Trainer, all three of their taunts are great because they all have voice lines included, but I think I like stretching my legs the most.
Let's stretch our legs.
Now this is a great taunt. Rosalina, she's got all the sass required. Reminds me of Peaches a lot. And look at Luma, the little smug bastard. It makes you just want to kick his ass off the stage. Now, all of Mac's taunts are cool because they can trigger Doc Lewis at any time, but I particularly think this one is the coolest because just look at the detail on his face. They really put a lot of determination in his look, and I think it's dope. Not only does this taunt just look cool, it has a hitbox. I mean, you can't really beat that, as far as Greninja's taunts go at least. This one has just been memed to death over the years, so naturally it's her best taunt, because anything that's been memed is good. Actually, that's not true at all. This is one of my favorite taunts in the entire game because you never know what you're gonna get. A lot of variety, a lot of cute little game references, and a lot of times, I'm willing to be the victim of taunt to bodied just to see what I get. The scale tipping meme was huge in Smash 4, but for some reason I don't hear about it much in Ultimate. Can we bring that back? Can this video bring back that it's time to tip the scales? It's time to tip the scales! But if there's one taunt that's still referenced all the time, it's I'm really feeling it. I mean, come on, this one's the classic. And with Xenoblade Definitive Edition right around the corner, at least I think, this one is more prevalent than ever. This is Bowser Jr.'s best taunt, not because of the taunt itself, that's pretty boring. It's mainly because of the clown car's face. Just look at it. He's fucking enraged. I would assume that most people think the laughing taunt is their best one, but I think it's this one. You know why? Because it just shows the power of friendship.
Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap.
But you're talking. No, never mind. I don't want you to kill me. I think we can all agree that this is Ken's best taunt because it's not a real leak without a Ken thumbs up. I'm really not interested in any of Cloud's taunts, to be honest with you. Corrin is considered to be the most boring character in the entire game, and their taunts really live up to that claim. I can't even pick one. This Bayonetta one is the best because she talks shit for so long that it actually lasts longer than the actual taunt. Something about this taunt is just really pleasant on the ears. I'm probably in the minority thinking that. Most people probably find it annoying, but I think it sounds nice, and I think it's their best taunt because of that. I like this Ridley taunt. It's nice and simple, and I think most people agree it's his best one. At least those who haven't been unfortunate enough to see a certain image that's associated with this taunt.
Come! Come! Come!
He's saying come.
Come!
Richter copied Ike's whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar. Prepare yourself? Yeah, it's worth acknowledging. If you're gonna steal something that blatantly, you're worth acknowledging. Get in my belly. Get in my belly. Get in my belly. I'm imagining what K-Rool's saying in his head. Get in my belly. This basically shows how excited I am for New Horizons. Plus, if you loop this over and over, it has a nice finale at the end when you're done spamming it. I think this is the best one because it just makes him sound batshit crazy. Like, if this giant fire cat was doing this at you, would you provoke him? No, he would run in the opposite direction. You guys know I'm a plant main myself, and it's really hard for me to pick which I think is his best because this one he just looks so proud of himself. This one is really loopable, but I think I'm gonna go with this one because it's just that classic Mario reference. Can't go wrong with it. I mean, this is Joker's best taunt because it makes him look cool. This isn't rocket science here, guys. Dragon Quest XI is debatably my favorite game of all time, and this taunt is the one that reminds me of the game the most. I just love the slimes, man. I mean, how could you hate on the slimes? They're so cute. This one is cool because you can manipulate what Banjo is saying if you spam it, but honestly, I wish they just had one where they were playing their instruments or holding a jiggy, but to be real with you, there's a lot of things I wish they did different with Banjo. I don't know what it is about Terry's voice, but I could just listen to it all day, so this is just one of those times where you can just use it whenever. Middle of a match, I mean, who cares? If it means hearing that sweet audio chocolate. I like this one because not only can you use it at the start of a match, but since Byleth breaks shields so easily, you can always use it right after a shield break. About to teach them the lesson of what getting dunked on means. He be flippin'. There he goes. He be flippin'. Woo! He be flippin'. The sword. I like this one because it actually moves your character just a little bit to the side. So imagine using this taunt to space with. That would be godlike. All three of Sans taunts are the best because anything that Sans does is funny. Sans is funny, his taunts are funny. Guys, it's Sans. Sans is in Smash, you guys, look. Sans is, he's fucking hilarious. And that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, let me know if you agree with what taunt I said for your main. And if not, let me know which taunt you think is best. Sorry I haven't posted in a few weeks, but you know, with all the events going on in the world and the lack of news as a result, I've just kind of been gearing up for the next phase of things like Animal Crossing and people being off of school now and getting back into streaming, so there's that. And I probably sounded really tired in this video, but I've been working hard to get things in order for this next part of summer and spring coming up. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Deuces!